Hello, Carol Amendola here, Italian-American, dual citizenship with Italy, and family of origin from the south of Italy. I want to give you just a few tips. If you're taking a trip to Italy or planning on going, here are some things that can help make your trip more seamless and some things that you can be prepared for, so when you get there, you'll be like a local instead of like a tourist. That's the goal, or at least to be informed about what the culture is like. So if it's your first trip to Italy and you're staying in a hotel that isn't an American chain but an Italian hotel, one thing that you probably need to know about are the beds, the hotel beds and how they're set up. I've been bringing groups to Italy for the last 10 years, and that is one thing that I hear about a lot from people is, well, the beds are so different. So the beds are usually a twin bed, and if you're asked for a king-size bed, it's not going to be the type of California king that you might be used to in the United States. What they do is, if you want a king-size bed, is they'll put the two hotel twin beds together, and that is a king-size bed or a double bed, and it's really very, very comfortable. But the other thing is, there are no pillow tops. There's not big fluffy pillows, which I've never had a problem with, and most of the people that travel in my groups don't have a problem with, but for some people that's a little bit disturbing, that they miss their bed at home. However, missing things and then getting used to something new is part of the adventure of being in another culture. So keep that in mind to make sure that your experience is a fun one. Another one is, I know everyone loves to go to the Amalfi Coast. The Amalfi Coast is very, very popular, but it's worth the time to see because it's extraordinarily beautiful. It's also extraordinarily busy, and there's traffic in the summer, and there are a lot of tourists walking around looking for the next gelato place. So even the town of Amalfi is really very, very busy now. So I think what you want to do is to go to Naples and then take a boat, or if you're staying on the Amalfi Coast, take a boat to the next town you want to see, go there for lunch, walk around a little bit, and take the boat back. Then you won't be sitting in traffic. You could take a city bus up and down the Amalfi Coast, but they make a lot of stops. And again, the culture on city buses and public transportation is certainly a little different than the US. They will get as many people packed into the bus as possible, and you'll have to just deal with that. And they do make many, many stops, so be careful about that. But what I like to do is take people to the town of Amalfi. We take a boat, we go there, we spend the day. If they want to take another boat and go over to Positano or another one of the cities, that's really the best way to do it and the most economical. So I'd like to say something too about pasta. Everyone likes to eat pasta in Italy, but I've had many travelers that will say to me, I'm gluten-free, I can't eat pasta, what am I going to do? Well, what I would say is this: unless you're really a confirmed celiac patient, you might be able to eat the pasta in Italy with no problems at all, even if you're gluten-free in the United States. So give it a try in a small amount, because again, I've had people that think they can't enjoy the pasta, and we get there and they're eating pasta like crazy and they're loving it. First of all, portions are much, much smaller, and secondly, the wheat that the pasta is made from, especially if you run across Gragnano pasta, is organically grown wheat, and it's a different type of wheat than what is grown at the US. And it's not GMO, And it makes such a difference for people that normally can't enjoy pasta, but they enjoy it there. I've had other people say to me, I'm allergic to garlic. I can't have garlic in my food. Well, there's garlic everywhere in Italy. But what I have learned from observing is that garlic is overused in the United States. It's overused in many different cuisines, and so people really have a bad reaction to it. But it's not that way in Italy at all. So if you have a garlic reaction, don't obsess over it. Just try some different dishes and see how they are. Usually the tastes are so extraordinary and the food is so fresh that everybody just loves it. So another thing is you'll walk a lot in Italy. So make sure that you have good shoes, and because you'll walk a lot, you will walk off a lot of the food that you're eating. So 99% of my travelers either don't gain weight or they lose weight when they're in Italy. Even in 10 days, they'll lose a pound or two. So have good shoes, enjoy the food, and walk a lot. And your digestive system is going to be a little bit differently in Italy with the food that you're consuming and being fed. So just a few other things about eating and eating in restaurants. The time that Italians eat is a lot later than what would normally be appropriate in the United States, probably 9 o'clock at night. And that's because many of them own businesses and they close their business at 8:30, 8 o'clock. They go home, they clean up, and then the whole family will go to dinner. And it works for them. It works in their culture. And menus, you will probably find menus that are in Italian, but now more and more places do have menus in English if you ask for one. And then lastly, about eating out, there are no children's menus. There are no kids' menus. That doesn't work in Italy. Kids eat what their parents eat, except in smaller amounts. So if you're traveling with children, there won't be a kids' menu. They may make something in a lesser portion if you ask for that. But again, portions are already much smaller than what we're accustomed to. So if you ask for water, they won't give you a glass of water. There's no tap water that gets served in a glass with ice in Italy. So if you ask for water, they're going to bring you a bottle of water and you pay for that. So they will ask you if you want still or with gas. So with gas means it's frizzy, it's carbonated, and still is just still. So water is excellent in Italy, and wherever you go in Italy, if you bring your own water bottle with you, you'll be able to fill it up at any of the public fountains. However, don't do what one tourist did last year. She was at the Trevi Fountain and walked into the Trevi Fountain to fill her water bottle, which is illegal and very gauche. So only in public places do you do that. All right. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. If you aren't a subscriber, please do so I will continue to send you some good tips for your trip to Italy so you can enjoy it so much more and be prepared. Thank you.